feel like I'm going back to like a science lesson, like a new version of science. So is this what you teach your kids?
Yeah. That's what I teach everyone on my chat. Anyone who's willing to listen or who wants to learn about an alternative cosmology. Yeah. So this is the accepted model of the flat Earth.
So this is the normal model that the average flat earther would say.
So it's a flat Earth. They say there's a dome above us, so something enclosing us. They call it the dome.
Yeah.
So a lot of the religious scriptures talk about the dome above the Earth. And then they say the North Pole would be at the center. Mm-hmm. So there's ice at the North Pole. And then there's a big ice wall. This would be the South Pole. This would be Antarctica.
Yeah.
Going around the Earth. So your friend, when he flew around the world, he flew around the world. Right? So I don't believe that. I don't dispute the fact that he flew around the world. No one has ever circumnavigated the Earth north to south on the ball. Round that way. Around Antarctica.
Really?
No one.
Is there no reason?
Good point. The reason being because it's impossible, because the Earth is not a ball. So lots of circumnavigation east to west and west to east, but nothing going around.
So in this diagram here, can you fall off the edge?
So according to these flat earthers, a lot of these flat earthers,
this is the average flat Earth conspiracy.
A small amount of people. Some of them would say, in fact, most of them would say no, because there's a dome within us. So you'd hit the dome, you'd hit the edge, the barrier.
Has anyone ever done that and not recorded it?
No, there's no proof of that. There's no proof of that.
Because they're killed?
Because we're not allowed to. The Antarctic Treaty.
For sure.
But this is where it gets interesting.
Can we not see the dome? Like fire something up?
They have. So flat earthers have sent rockets up.
Yeah.
There are a couple of rockets that have been sent up.
Yeah.
And they've hit something. So they flying. They get to about 100, I forgot the figures, but they get to a certain altitude and literally...
Saying this?
Yeah.
That just sounds like, what's that movie? The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Because they shoot the outside and they crack the dome to get out of the Hunger Games.
A lot of the truth is encoded in movies, mate. So in films like The Hunger Games, Avatar, Game of Thrones, they're telling us some truths. There's a lot of truth in there. Hollywood is, I don't know if they're mocking us or if they're trying to tell us the truth so we slowly get used to the idea, if it's a kind of predictive program, we don't know. But what you discover as a flat earther is a lot of movies, The Truman Show.
Yeah, that's my favourite movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think there's more truth in that movie than there is fiction. There's more truth in The Truman Show than anything NASA ever tells us. Generally, this is the accepted model. Yeah. There are people who have claimed to have gone beyond. There's a guy called Admiral Byrd, Admiral Richard Byrd. He was in the US Navy in the 50s. And you need to research this guy. And there's a video. There's a video of him actually, it's called the Longines Chronoscope. It was recorded in 1958, I think.
Yeah.
Where he's talking about going beyond.
But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America. An area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being.
And he was allowed to do that because he was
He was soon retired after that interview, but it's on YouTube. It's in black and white. But he was soon retired after that. And he says, I went beyond the ice, beyond the Antarctic, and I found new land, the size of America, a place where no human being has ever been. And I have a feeling very soon we'll be fighting over resources out there, because there's lots of minerals, there's gold, there's oil, there's all kinds of things. And a lot of nations at the moment, we're all fighting about who's going to go there and claim what. So he claims to have gone beyond the pole.
So do you think these and let's just say 50 people that run the world?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
I think more.
These few people that run, how many? 100? 1,000?
A few. When we say run the world,
more like the families that are
a few hundred.
So say 200 people.
Let's say 200 people.
Do you think they're chilling out here and then coming back inside and then coming back out, and they've got all the resources? So when we're like, oh damn, global warming, we're like ruining the planet, we need to start using less fossil fuels, they're just chilling out here using all the fossil fuels and they're popping back in.
Possibly, that's a theory. A lot of flat earthers are theorizing and saying that maybe, yeah.
Is there any incredibly wealthy flat earthers that are willing to just
Not at the moment.
fly over that edge?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. And then that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping it gets to a stage where one person with enough money and resources will catch on to this and go, I'm going to put some money into
this. I just feel like this is an Elon Musk vibe.
But Elon Musk is part of that system. He's part of the controllers. He's in that Illuminati family.
think?
Of course he is.
So would you say to me and Morgan and everyone watching this now to be skeptical of all of this and not necessarily believe what you're saying?
Don't take my word. Don't take my word for it and just go, oh, this guy's figured it out. He's got all the answers. Absolutely not. This is all theoretic, by the way. This is definitely theoretic. I can't prove any of this. Just like I can't prove, or no one can prove that the Earth is spinning, or a ball, or a globe, when there are some people upside down and some people on top. It's all theoretic. What I can prove, what I can say to you right now, what is a fact, right now, according to my reality, I am not spinning at 1,000 miles an hour.
But is it not so big you wouldn't even know?
Are you saying that because that's what you were told?
No.
You know, that's curvature we should be able to see with, 6, 12 miles. That should be a few feet down. So it's not that big, according to mainstream science.
Wait, so one thing we haven't touched on yet. Do you not believe in gravity?
No.
You don't believe in gravity?
Of course not. The theory
Well,
of
you can't
gravity.
say of course. Yeah, okay.
I don't believe in the theory. It's still a theory. It's never been proven.
Yeah, everything's a theory.
Right? I'll tell you what I do know.
Yeah.
That's not theoretic.
Yeah.
Mass, weight, and buoyancy. You, right now,
Yeah.
are down because the molecules of your body
Yeah.
are denser than the air around us. So you're on the ground.
But then at what point do I just say,
But if I filled you up with helium,
yeah,
what would you do?
float?
Right? You'd
Yeah.
float off the ground because now the mass of your body is lighter than the air around you. No need for gravity.
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't know all the scientific facts. Like, there's thousands of people that can back up scientific answers better than I ever could. At what point do I turn around and say, look, hey, I don't even know, hey, you're real. I don't believe in anything.
That's a good point.
Prove to me that you are physically there, that you are choosing to do and say what you say.
That's a good point. So
then do I start questioning, like, whoa, is my girlfriend real?
No. Here's a good point. The only thing, there's a difference between a belief and a knowing.
Yeah.
Right? Belief is based on second-hand information. Right? So if I tell you there's a Tesco's around the corner,
Yeah.
if you've never seen it with your own eyes, you can either choose to believe me or not.
Yeah.
So you can say, well, I trust you.
Yeah.
You must be right. There's a Tesco
Be
out
a
there.
pretty shit lie.
Right?
Yeah.
It could be a lie, it could be true.
Yeah.
You can choose to believe me or not.
Is
Right?
there a Tesco?
It's only when you walk out
Yeah.
yourself and you see Tesco with your own eyes in your own reality and you can touch it and you can
Yeah.
see it, then you can say, I now know as a fact
Yeah.
there is a Tesco around the corner because I've seen it. Then it becomes a fact.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the difference. So right now you are a fact.
But what about
When I was
the
talking
whole,
to-
like,
when I-
simulation theory and like things like...
that's crazy. That's crazy talk as far as I'm concerned because now you're...
Are you not open to exploring that?
I am.
You're open to exploring other things.
I am, but it's all theoretic. That is when it becomes a conspiracy theory. So like I said to you, I always try and start with the facts.
Yeah.
And the facts are something you can verify with your own common senses, which is where the word common sense comes from. If anything cannot be corroborated with your common senses, assume it's nonsense. Nonsense.
At what point do you turn around and say, okay, maybe for everyone, maybe the reason, maybe they are hiding that the Earth is actually flat or that the world's run by 200 people, but maybe the reason why they're hiding all of that is just to keep everything simple, keep everyone happy, and just enjoy their life. And if everyone started questioning each individual thing, and you had 8 billion people trying to go up to Earth, trying to go up to space to see that it's round, it's like causes fucking mayhem, and it's just like, look, let's just keep everyone chilled and just like enjoy the 70, 80 years they have on the planet.
That's a good point.
Just keep it super simple.
That's a good point. And that could be an argument for the so-called controllers, the elite.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe it's good.
And that
they
would be
do it.
good if the world was a nice place.
The extremities that you've gone to be able to find your research, quitting your job, potentially losing friends and family and stuff. If everybody went through that same thing and that was the norm, that's quite a lot of pressure on everybody as an individual to find the answers themselves.
Well, that's
At what point do you just trust someone else, or do I say, okay, cool, I trust you, that's for that, now I'm happy I can carry on my life?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, not everybody can do what you've done. It's quite extreme.
So I'm an extreme case, and I'm not saying everyone who sees this and decides to look into it should lose friends and upset everyone.
Sure.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Do not do that. That is something that I personally did, and I've done this as my life's work and profession, and that's my calling, that's my passion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone on Earth should do this. Obviously not. I'm not saying you should go home and start researching flat Earth, right? Even if you go home and decide, well, actually it probably is flat, move on with your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But for me, what I'm saying is, for me, I feel like I have a responsibility to share this.
Yeah.
And a lot of flat earthers
So do you think there's bigger conspiracies than
Oh,
flat Earth?
definitely. So this is what I'm
Like,
saying.
what kind of thing?
Well, so this is what I'm saying. So a lot of flat earthers believe it's flat.
Now
like
we're
that.
going in.
There's a dome.
Yeah.
And they say that's it. There's nothing else.
Yeah.